Jake Lay. I'm an MS4 senior. I'm the cadet battalion commander, which means I'm in charge of pretty much everything that goes on during ROTC, any events that we organize, anything that we sponsor. I'm overall in charge of that. So any cadets that are in the program are directly under my influence, and it's my job to make sure that everything's safely completed and isn't detrimental to the program in any way.
My name is Jacob Freejay. I'm from Powder Mountain, North Carolina, and I'm a member of Appalachian State's ROTC program.
Hey, my name is Ryan Castellano. I'm a ROTC cadet here at Appalachian State, and I joined ROTC for a variety of reasons. I'm a scholarship recipient, so I get paid to go to school here, and both my grandparents were in the military. My uncle, both of them were in the military as well, which definitely influenced me a lot. They're my role models, to say the least.
Okay, so I joined ROTC in a roundabout kind of way. My story is a little bit funny. Growing up in a military family, I was always, biased towards it. I always figured I would either A, enlist or B, commission. I wasn't ever really sure. My freshman year of college, I was down at UNC Pembroke. I was wrestling. And stuff wasn't working out, stuff wasn't panning out the way I thought it would, so I transferred up to Appalachian with the intention of doing ROTC. So the fall of my sophomore year, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I was kind of in and out the door. I wasn't very involved. I didn't really know a lot of people. So that spring semester, I took off and I went down to do basic training at AIT down in Fort Benning, Georgia, with the intentions of just seeing if I really enjoyed the military life or not, which I guess is a kind of go for broke method, but that's what I thought the best way to approach it was. So I finished that. I came back in the fall of 2014 and started my ROTC career there. I started a little late. I started the beginning of my junior year that fall. So I guess I joined ROTC as just I was looking for that camaraderie, similar to a sports team, whether it be football, basketball, hockey, whatever sport you participate in. I've noticed that it's pretty similar across the board, like, the group of individuals that get together and they all have one common goal and common interest. And I personally thrive in that environment. I really look for that type of environment wherever I go. So ROTC was a no-brainer for me. I know I want to join the military and join the military and at the same time have that group of guys and girls that were all very goal-oriented and very driven the same way I was to serve our country. So with ROTC, you're as busy as you want to be. Of course, you have to take the military science class. You have to go to the PT. You have to be involved outside. But your workload, honestly, it depends on you.
So normally as a cadet your freshman year, you're going to live on campus because pretty much everyone does. You have PT 3 days a week, sometimes 5, depending on when it is. And go out there, do PT, you'll go to your class, which is only 1 credit hour. It's like a 50-minute class on Monday or something. And then you'll go to lab, which is led by the MS4s, the seniors. And you learn basic soldier skills, IMT, movement techniques, medevac, how to call in artillery fire, stuff like that. Your sophomore year, you kind of follow the same curriculum, but you learn a little bit more leadership of how to be part of that leader. You'll be a team leader in your whatever organization you're in, either company, squad, whatever you're in. You'll be a team leader, which means you'll lead the freshmen. You'll be in charge of them. So you kind of get that first look at how to be in charge of people, how to have subordinates that have to report to you. Then your MS3 year, things ramp up a lot. Your MS3 year, you're going to be a squad leader or a platoon sergeant, which means you're going to have an entire platoon, about 20 to 30 people, including those MS2s under you. So you kind of learn a command structure where you have to report to your platoon leader, which is an MS4, a senior, but you also have to use subordinate leaders, which are the MS2s, which that's what the Army's about, is using subordinate leaders, and it's important to know how to do that. So your MS3 year, you've got a 3 credit hour class. It's a lot of time dedication. You're really the workforce of the battalion at that point. You have constant responsibilities. You're constantly learning constantly going to the lab. There's big accumulating events each semester where you kind of show what all you've learned. You get ranked, and that rank directly affects how you score throughout the entire country. And if you want a certain duty station or position in the actual Army, you want to have a better rank. So it's more competitive. Than your MS4 year is your final year, your senior year. You're running the battalion. You're in charge of stuff. People have different positions. I'm a battalion commander. My roommate Jacob Frisch is a first sergeant, which means he's on a lower company level, but he's more directly responsible for the training of people, while I'm responsible for overall planning and execution of different events. Then you've got people that are in charge of staff sections, which means they're responsible for getting supply. They're responsible for planning orders that go out. So your 4 year is much more professional development. You develop as a administrative task manager more than you do a tactician or pretty much any of the cool Army stuff that you see in movies. That's your 3 year. Your 4 years when you learn how to be still a leader, but more as an administrative manager, which is another big part of being an officer, is being that leader and being that example, but also knowing how to do all the mundane, like the tasks that you can do while your soldiers are training to perform what you need them to do. Your senior year, I'd say, it's the most frustrating because it's not as exciting and there's more of those things to do, but it's also not as hard as your MS3 year. And it's got the reward of, hey, you're graduating, you can get your commission, you can get that gold bar pinned on you, and you are done with the program. You've made it the whole way. We only have 16 that finished this year out of the 40 or 50 that probably started. So I think your MS4 year is really accumulating everything that you learn, and you kind of get that reward at the end. It's pretty nice.